Well, actually, we could start with some of history of INSECT ARK, and if you could tell me a bit about the basics, who and what is INSECT ARK?
Well, I started INSECT ARK as a solo project in the year of 2012 as a response to the difficulty of trying to maintain a band type setup. And I wanted to have something that allowed me to work freely without any schedule constraints of that come with multiple members. And so I started it as the solo project in 2015. I got a drummer, which immediately destroyed the whole idea of being able to be mobile. But I think it was the right decision creatively and for the live show. So that was Ashley Spungen played drums on the first album, and then on the second album, Andy Patterson played drums, and then last year Tim Wiskita joined, and we're preparing new music for what will be the 4th full-length and 10th release.
Yeah, how would you describe your own music?
Psychedelic.
It's oftentimes tagged as some sort of cinematic, psychedelic, avant-garde doom metal. There's no vocals currently. There was in the very beginning, and I'm always open to interpretation of what's the best thing for the project as it evolves. So it could be that there will be more changes with other people involved, with vocals, with different elements. The goal is to not be stagnant and to remain flexible and see what is the best development creatively. This is the main point.
How has the experience been for you after the pandemic has finally kind of eased up a bit? So how have the first concerts been for you?
Yeah, they were good. We did a small tour in June, and it's difficult in the sense that it being 2022, we're still seeing a lot of rescheduled tours from 2020 and a lot of really big acts. And clearly those are the priority for promoters. And so smaller bands are dealing with some, I think, concerns from audiences not feeling safe, or that there's just too many shows to go to. They just have to choose. So while I'd say it feels great to be back and just really grateful to be able to play again, I don't think anybody ever thought that we would have a situation where we wouldn't be able to play. And when this reality sunk in 2 years ago, I think that in general, people feel like, okay, it's really good to have this back. But we know that it could change again. So it feels great to me. Does it feel great to you?
Yeah, and it's been interesting watching the music. We rehearsed for a good bit before touring, but there's nothing like touring to make the music go to another level. And for me, it's just been good to see the music now like reaching its full potential, that you just can't seem to get to in the rehearsal room entirely. So
the shit really came. I feel like the work that we did in the rehearsal room was really important, but it wasn't until we did some shows that it really cemented, because Tim joined and we basically did 3 months of concentrated rehearsals, and then we went out and did the shows, and it felt amazing. And he brings a great energy to the live situation in a way that I think is really important as a duo, especially to have both people really be able to do a lot. And we're both multitasking. I'm playing bass and lap steel and doing a lot of live looping that's really intricate. Tim is playing drums, and he's also playing a Roland sampler where he's firing off prepared just sound bites that fill out the frequency range. So that way we can basically have this wall of sound with just two people, but it requires a lot of preparation. So
Yeah, I'd never played before with a rolling pad like that. I've usually just focused on the drum kit. So it's this whole thing where, playing drums, oh, I forgot to hit the pad and, those sounds aren't there. So, but it's good. New challenge. And now it feels second nature. At first it was a bit awkward, but yeah. Now when we do shows, feel kind of full confidence and get out there and play without too much concern,
And many drummers find that they really enjoy having the flexibility to have something that is still a percussion instrument, but they can actually add to their sort of palette of things that they can do.
Yeah.
So you see drummers who, some people just really want to focus on the kit, and then other ones really enjoy being able to have, prepared sounds to add into what they do.
The melodic and harmonic aspects of the music instead of just, one-dimensional rhythm thing.
Right.
Yeah, going a bit back to the upcoming music. In this time, where are you drawing inspiration from?
Drawing inspiration from... it's hard to just define where it comes from. It comes from, for me, I think, an effort to convey things that can't be spoken and can't be conveyed any other way. So in a way, it's not directly coming from a source that I can pinpoint. It's actually, it's a desire to communicate through sound. So it starts here for me. So sometimes I'll find that the kinds of material that I come up with are very different depending on where my brain is at and where my heart feels, and that helps me also decide what direction to take a piece of music when I'm composing it, because I compose these pretty complicated demos with all these layers of instruments. Oftentimes before I'll even present it to Tim, I'll have something and we may change it a lot, but it helps me with the writing process to use all these layers so I can make it as minimal as possible, but also sort of dense and intricate. So if I'm writing something and I want it to be really, really bleak and really sort of like you can see off into the distance, then the best time to work on that is when I'm feeling sort of bleak and empty sometimes, because I can concentrate those feelings and just stay really present with the process of writing that.
Yeah, we are here in the south of Mainstream Festival, of course. So what are your thoughts and feelings about the festival event?
Well, today's the second day of the festival, and sadly, I'm just getting over COVID, so I had to rest yesterday, but I heard it was a total blast yesterday, and that Andreas, the chef, was on stage singing, and I'm pretty sad that we missed that. It's great to be involved. We've both separately known Andreas for many years, and over 10 years actually, and it's really great to be here doing something in Berlin with making new friends and seeing old friends and being able to be part of something that is celebrating. I love his statement, noise, love, and freedom. It's just really, it's a great concept to just, it's about expression. So, and it's a beautiful day.
Yeah, we've both known Andreas a long while, and he's been very helpful, in various ways with former bands, in this band Blind Idiot God still, and Andreas helped us out quite a bit with a tour that we've done here, and and even with INSECT ARK, he's been very helpful with us with different things with gear and whatnot. So I haven't seen any of the festival yet either, but check out some bands today, and just happy to join forces with Andreas for something more official,
Yeah, and it feels good to be able to help celebrate this festival that he's been running for quite some time. Us both being not from here, it also feels really nice to be included in something in the place that we live, because we mostly play shows out of town. So to be able to play here, and this venue, Zukunft, is fantastic. It's a really special place, and it doesn't seem that it's gonna exist for that much longer. And I've seen some of my favorite shows here, and seen cinema stuff here, and met many people in the beer garden. And so I think it's a perfect setting for this really beautiful festival that Andreas put together. So we're happy to be here.